Hey, I'm CDiinky. Alrighty people, in today's video we'll be going over the New Game Plus Wasp Queen boss guide. If you're struggling with the Wasp Queen in New Game Plus at all, and you clicked on this video for help, then boy, you have come to the right place. We have two builds for today's video. We have an all-out straight-up damaging build, and the next build is going to be just a more defensive build, so you don't get one shot almost every single time. So let's stop yapping and let's go over the build. So for the full-out damaging build, we would like the Club of the Mother Demon. Preferably, you want to upgrade it at least once in New Game Plus to the Fusion level 10, so you get that extra like 40% damage. The other weapons you can use is the Salt Morningstar. This is the more defensive side. This allows you to rock a shield so you can block the stinger barbs, but I have a trick that you can block the barbs without even needing to block at all, so it's pretty cheap. With the more defensive side, you would like to go with the Salt Morningstar and the Fire and Shield, and the more offensive side, you would like to go with the Club of the Mother Demon. And just for this video, I'll be rocking the Club of the Mother Demon because if anyone knows me, I do like my damage and I like just killing things as fast as I can. Now when it comes to trinkets, there are two trinkets I'll definitely recommend. Any Science, Waffle, Crinkle, or Cone that has plus salty attack, plus salty elemental damage up, or plus Wasp Queen damage or boss damage, you can go ahead and use these. If you do not have any of them, I would definitely recommend the Giddy Goop, as on your third hit you'll spray a goo around, slowing down the enemy's attack speed and move speed, which is very useful against the Wasp Queen boss fight. So for this video, the Giddy Goop is relatively easy to grab, so we'll use the Giddy Goop for this video. But if you do have plus boss damage or anything I just stated about the salt damage, definitely rock that instead. Now for the armor today, we will be going with the Mask of the Mother Demon. The mask isn't really, it's sort of just a placeholder because the Fire and Arm Guards and Assassin Greaves are good, but there's really no good helmet against the Wasp Queen, so I'm just going with the Mask of the Mother Demon just for some venom coating down the sleep path. We do know the Wasp Queen is like 80% resistant to poison damage, but the venom coating does help because it does percentage damage over time, which has been buffed in New Game Plus. So go sleek with your Mask of the Mother Demon. Fire and Arm Guards, you want this down bulky path, as the sleek path does not work as a single piece, it only works as the armor set, and that applies a corrosion to the Wasp Queen, which reduces her defense so you can deal more damage in, and relatively it means she has less HP. And finally for the leggings, we have the bulky Assassin Greaves. You can go sleek with this just for the crit stun, but really there isn't a lot of crit stun in this game. So just go bulky so you have extra defense, and this applies Cutman, so after every critical hit you do, you'll be dealing a bit of bleed, which does a decent amount of damage against the Wasp Queen. I would also recommend you guys bring in a spicy staff for her summons, because in New Game Plus, her summons have increased HP, and they're like normal wasps, so having the spicy staff is definitely going to help you, especially if you have the Whittle Wizard mutation. And speaking about mutations, here is the mutations for the offensive and defensive build today. We're going the Whittle Wizard because if we use the spicy staff, it applies a burn effect on the summons, which is pretty much going to almost one-shot it every single time. We're going Cryptograss, we have more critical hit chance and critical damage, and also procs the bleed from the Assassin Greaves. We would like to have Cardio Fan so we just get our stamina back quicker, as we will be rocking a two-handed weapon or even a one-handed weapon in this fight. Spicy Safety, just so we just don't get like one shot or two shot from her stingers. And of course, Mithridism for that poison resist, because this is all the Wasp Queen is going to do. Now for healing and meals today, I would definitely recommend having one Sticky Liquid Rage, Boss Sauce, and Human Food. Always bring one of these in every single boss fight in New Game Plus. It is going to help you a ton. Now for meals, there are three different options. If you have any perfect toast lying around and you can dupe them for like 4,500 raw sides, definitely do this, as this increases your critical hit chance and your critical hit damage. It's the best meal in the game right now. If you do not have the perfect toast, you can definitely use the Spider Slider. This has the same effect as the perfect toast, but you just don't get that increased critical hit damage. And if you want to be a more defensive player character, you can definitely go with the Black Ox Burg, which gives you maximum health and damage resist. But this damage resist only reduces your damage taken by 2%, which is not a lot. Now when it comes down to heals, definitely bring in a bunch of bandages. And when it comes to smoothies, really, you can have any smoothie you want. I know there are some Waspidotes and a lot of people use that. So if you want to use some Waspidotes, you definitely can. But in this fight, it is not really needed, considering you have the Mithridism, which is going to reduce your poison damage by, I think, 80%. Correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments. Also, I forgot to mention, the Club of the Mother Demon is down Salty Path, just like the Mantis boss fight, because the salty damage is definitely extremely strong against the Mantis and the Wasp Queen. So if you have a Salty Club of the Mother Demon, this build worked pretty well with the Mantis and the Wasp Queen. Now as we start the boss fight or entering the boss fight arena, make sure to mark the boss head mount, as this will give us a damage buff for 15 minutes against the Wasp Queen, which is going to be very helpful. So now we're here in the boss fight and we're going to buff up our character. After we buff up our character, I'll definitely recommend saving the game, I know the game does autosave when you go ahead and summon in the Wasp Queen, but just saving just in case, like if something happens or game glitches out and you lose your autosave. So definitely always make sure you save your game before you enter any boss fight. And also for today, guys, this will be on medium difficulty and in New Game Plus number 1. Let's go ahead and summon in the Wasp Queen. And the modifiers you do not want the Wasp Queen to have, realistically, the only one that is terrifying is having the higher defense, because you're just going to have to be dealing a lot more damage to her, and it's really a bit annoying, especially when she summons in. As she's spraying her goo around the room, make sure to just run straight underneath her and you'll be completely fine. In this phase, you can also shoot her with the Whittle Wizard. When she shoots her stinger, make sure to sprint to the left or right and make sure to jump, and you will dodge the stinger 99% of the time. Now we can just go ahead and start whacking her. Now when she summons, you want to get out your staff, and it doesn't look like she summoned a bug this time, which is very odd. Now when she first summons, she should theoretically start landing. Yep. So after her very first summon, she should start landing in like the next few seconds. And the modifier that we got is the one we did not want, the high HP defense. But we will go through this and try and kill her anyway. But as you can see, even with her high defense, we are dealing massive damage. When she starts spewing out these bubbles here, make sure to do not stand in them, as this will give you poison. Like, I think perfect block timer reduced and also healing reduced, which is not what you want, especially in this boss fight. A cheat you can do is you can jump out of the way and she will shoot the bombs far away from you, so you can just go ahead and keep whacking her. There we go, she has summoned in. We are going to use our spicy staff, try and hit the wasps, and now that burn should take that wasp out just like that. One shot and the wasp is down. Once again, we want to run under her when she's doing this bomb attack. If you do get hit, you can go ahead and just drink a waspido. As you can see, we've been in this boss fight for just a few minutes now, and we have already gone down half of her HP. She's only shot her stinger once, which is just quite lucky for us. There we go, we've got our summons again. We're going to go ahead and shoot the wasps. Make sure to focus on the wasp drones, because the wasp drones are the most annoying. And as you can see here, she's trying to land. If she just goes at you and she just strafes at you in a very straight line, she's going to land, so just be careful about that one. And while she's down, we've almost killed her, which is just insane. We are just dealing so much damage to her. I really wanted to just shoot a stinger again so I can show you off how you can avoid that attack. If she does this attack against the wall, make sure to stay pretty close to her, because you can still avoid all the attacks. Come on, Wasp Queen, I want you to shoot your stinger at me. So when she, like, here we go, she's going to... We're going to jump to the right, and we're just going to jump, and we dodge it every single time. You do not need a shield to block it. And you know she is going to do that stinger attack as she like moves around her stinger. So if she wants to do it one more time for demonstration, nope, she just wants to summon in. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out the wasp drone, shoot the wasp drone. Unfortunately, that guy did get healing off, so it is going to be a bit difficult. She's coming for a landing, and again, if the wasp drones get the healing off, the spicy damage in the burn will not kill the wasp drones in a single hit. You may need to take them out or do another hit on them. Once again, she's shooting at orbs. If we just jump out of the way, that one didn't really work. If you just try and jump, she will pretty much just miss you. Just like here. We're just going to jump out of the way, and she shoots him so far away, and we can just keep dealing damage to her. Just make sure you jump so she just shoots it in the air. That one did hit me because I did run out of stamina, so make sure you have stamina. Come on, shoot with your stinger. I want to show the audience once again. Nope, she's going to summon. This also works with the wasp drones, and sometimes it is a bit difficult. Once again, we're just going to jump and strafe to the right. And once again, 99% of the time, we will not get hit. We did get hit by a few of those attacks, but that doesn't really matter. We have got a smoothie, and we are pretty much fine. Once again, she shoots a stinger. We are going to strafe to the left or to the right and jump just before the stinger hits us, and we should miss it 99% of the time. If you do get hit by the bombs that she sprays around, you'll have the imperfect block timer, which just reduces your perfect timing window to almost nothing. There you go, she has summoned in the wasp again. You're going to shoot the wasp drone with a spicy staff, and she has landed. Very stupid of her, because she is about to die here. If I can take out this drone, and on the final hit, she should die, and just like that, extremely easy. We just took out the Wasp Queen, and I only got hit maybe twice in this boss fight. It's relatively easy. I'll definitely say this is the second easiest boss in New Game Plus. It goes Hedge Broodmother, the Wasp Queen, the Mantis, and then the last is going to be the Infected Broodmother. go ahead and loot her and get her Wasp Queen Infused Ooze, which you can use to get your weapons even stronger for the fusion crystals, I believe they're called. So that there is the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and a subscribe, or even comment down below if this build helped you or if it didn't help you. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.